Zuck's not just surfing, he's unleashing a beast of an AI, LLaMA 3.1. It's free, powerful, and shaking up the AI world. Ever wondered what a 405 billion parameter AI model can do? Stick around, and you'll see what all the fuss is about.
Today we're excited to deliver on the long-awaited LLaMA 3.1 405 billion parameter model that we previewed back in April. We're also updating the 8 and 70 billion models with new improved performance and capabilities. The 405 is hands down the largest and most capable open source model that's ever been released.
Mark Zuckerberg's Meta just dropped the most powerful LLaMA yet, and it's turning heads in the AI community. It's massive, free, and kind of open source. Why should you care? Well, this LLaMA isn't just spitting rhymes, it's spitting out code, poems, and even web apps. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know if LLaMA 3.1 is the real deal, or just another piece of tech hype. Alright, let's dive into the meat of this whole LLaMA situation. Meta's claiming it's open source, but there's some fine print we need to talk about. You see, even though developers can mess around with the model's weights, there are some restrictions, especially for big companies wanting to use it for commercial stuff. It's a bit like saying, you can play with this awesome toy, but only if you're not too good at playing with toys. Now, let's get technical. LLaMA 3.1 is a beast, no doubt. It's packing 405 billion parameters. To put that in perspective, that's like having a brain with 405 billion neurons firing away. That's a lot of brain power, and it can handle a context length of 128,000 tokens. In human terms, that means it can understand and process a whole lot of information at once, like a conversation on steroids. But here's the thing, bigger isn't always better. Some early reviews are saying the smaller LLaMAs are actually more impressive. It's kind of like comparing a giant lumbering dinosaur to a nimble, intelligent raptor. Sometimes, smaller and faster is the way to go. But hold your horses, because the real magic of LLaMA 3.1 is that it can be trained on all sorts of data. Imagine teaching it to write Shakespearean sonnets or code like a ninja. That's the power of customization, and it's where things get really interesting. Now, let's talk about what this LLaMA can actually do. I'm not talking about spitting or humming. I'm talking about serious AI skills. So, I put LLaMA 3.1 to the test. I challenged it to build a Spelt 5 web application with runes, a feature that hasn't even been released yet. Now, to be fair, only one other model, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, has been able to do this correctly, and LLaMA didn't quite nail it. But hey, nobody's perfect, right? I also tested its creative writing and poetry skills. It did a pretty decent job, but it wasn't the best I've ever seen. It's like a talented artist who can create beautiful pieces, but hasn't quite found their unique style yet. It's still learning and growing, and that's the exciting part. But here's where things get really interesting. We've got all these different companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, and now Meta, all training these massive AI models with supercomputers. And guess what? They're all kind of hitting a plateau in terms of capability. It's like they're all running a race and they're all reaching the finish line at the same time. Remember last year when Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, was practically begging the government to regulate AI? He was worried about AI becoming too powerful, like Skynet from Terminator. But a year later, we're still waiting for the robot apocalypse. AI hasn't even replaced programmers yet, and the idea of super intelligent AI is still just a fantasy in the minds of some Silicon Valley folks. Now, let's not get too carried away. It feels a bit strange to say this, but Meta might be the only big tech company actually keeping it real in the AI space. Sure, they probably have some secret evil plan hidden away somewhere, but LLaMA 3.1 is a step in the right direction. It's like a peace offering, a way for Zuckerberg to redeem himself after all the Facebook drama. Think about it. They spent months training this model on 16,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. That's enough computing power to make your head spin, and it probably cost hundreds of millions of dollars, but they're giving it away for free. It's like they're saying, hey, we want everyone to be able to play in the AI sandbox, not just the big guys. Of course, there are some catches. If your app gets super popular, with over 700 million monthly active users, you'll need to get a special license from Meta. It's like they're saying, sure, you can use our toy, but if you get too good at playing with it, we want a cut. But here's the kicker. The training data is not open source. That means all your blog posts, your GitHub repos, your Facebook posts from way back when, and maybe even your WhatsApp messages could be part of what trained this AI. It's a bit creepy, but it's also the reality of how these models learn. They feed on our data, our thoughts, and our conversations. It's like a giant digital brain, slurping up all the information it can find. So, what does all of this mean? Well, it means we're in the middle of an AI revolution, and LLaMA 3.1 is just one piece of the puzzle. It's a powerful tool that has the potential to change the way we interact with technology. It's like a blank canvas waiting for artists to paint their masterpieces. But with great power comes great responsibility. We need to be aware of the ethical implications of AI. We need to make sure that it's used for good, not for evil. We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential dangers of AI, like bias and discrimination. The future of AI is uncertain, but one thing is for sure, it's going to be a wild ride. LLaMA 3.1 is just the beginning. We're going to see even more powerful models, more innovative applications, and more ethical dilemmas. It's an exciting time to be alive, but it's also a time to be cautious. So what do you think about LLaMA 3.1? Are you excited about the possibilities? Or are you worried about the potential dangers? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech news and reviews. Now, let's get back to the LLaMA. I'm going to show you some more examples of what it can do. We'll explore its coding capabilities, its creative writing skills, and even its ability to generate music. It's going to be a wild ride, so buckle up and get ready to be amazed.